All right, welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I am pumped to be here with Lewdi. He's a partner Twitch streamer and a major Pokemon fanatic. I'm thrilled to have him on, and welcome to the podcast, Lewdi.
Hey, what's up?
So happy! This is the first podcast. I'm psyched. I'm psyched to have you on it. And we're getting started with a good one. It's going to be great.
Oh yeah, well this is my first podcast as well, so I'm super stoked.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Amazing. So we spent a solid hour getting some technical glitches resolved before we could chat, and it made me laugh because you were determined to get it right
Yeah.
and solve the problem, and trying different sources and different devices and all of that stuff. And man, it reminded me that one of the reasons I got into streaming is the same reason I'm into podcasts, and that's that, I tell people all the time with podcasts, and I think the same goes for streaming, that streaming is easy. Podcasting is easy. Like, you can just turn on a mic or turn on a camera and turn on your PC or PS4 or whatever the hell you want to use and go.
Mm-hmm.
But doing these very well is very hard.
Oh yeah.
Do you love to geek out on the tough stuff, the technical stuff of streaming, kind of like I do?
To an extent, I love researching new equipment and things and setting it up for the first time, but when it gives me malfunctions and it's not working the way that it's meant to work, I get really like pissed off. I get like too pissed off.
Right. Do you get determined though to fix
I
it?
Do.
Like, are you?
I won't quit.
Because I just saw a bit of it.
So if it's not working, I will stay up 48 hours to get this thing working. It's just how I am, man.
And how big's your wish list? Like, do you have like a giant wish list of things you want to buy and like the next upgrade and stuff like that?
Yeah,
kind of like I think I do.
It's not massive. Like I'm definitely a one step at a time kind of guy mentally when it comes to upgrades.
Nice.
Like for me, the next upgrade, I'm actually looking to get rid of some equipment instead of upgrade it. Like I've got a really nice Yamaha MG12XU mixer. And it's fantastic. It's got, all the different effects, and it's got like 12, I think it's 12 inputs, and you can isolate, sources. I use it to isolate my microphone so I can talk in Discord while I'm also streaming and gaming.
Sure.
But I want to get rid of it. I really, it's a huge eyesore. It's a big thing on my desk, and I'm actually looking to kind of downgrade really to an Elgato microphone because it's USB and I don't need a mixer, and it does a lot of other cool things. So my next downgrade is actually going to be a Elgato mic. Right now I'm using the Audio Technica 2035. It's a great microphone, but I don't know. Yeah. It's just too, at the moment for me, it's just a little bit too much, and I'm kind of cramped for space, especially now that
I was gonna say you need some desk real estate for more Pokemon
exactly
cards.
I've
right Elite Trainer boxes all over the place.
Yeah, behind me I have Elite Trainer boxes and Pokeballs, and I just built this shelf yesterday, and this was all on the floor previously.
Right.
And
that's amazing.
And I'm running out of space here, so I need more space for Pokemon cards. I'm gonna sacrifice some audio quality for it.
That's awesome. That's funny. So I feel like content creation though is one of those fields where people are always learning. And again, as an educator by trade, it's probably why I was drawn to streaming as well, since I do a lot of speaking and presenting. I tend to listen to conference speakers and keynotes and speeches, and I'm assessing their style and like their delivery and how they like go about their work, as much as I'm assessing kind of their content and what they're actually saying. Right. And I'm wondering if you're doing a little bit of the same. Where do you get your inspiration from when you're like, are you watching different streamers and taking notes?
I feel like most of the things that I do are it's like it's a sudden inspiration kind of thing, not necessarily I watch somebody do this and I want to do it too, kind of a thing. Um, I try to be as innovative as possible with the way that I present myself, the way that I present my stream. I try to have, certain things about my stream that no other streamers have. Like
Mm,
recently on Twitch, there's been the big phenomenon of opening Pokemon cards, and
yeah,
like I kind of started that in our little circle, um, with the whole opening cards, opening packs for tips and stuff like that. That was originally my idea, and that took off like a wildfire.
yeah,
As for inspiration, I really don't get much from Twitch streams. Really, a lot of like the technical stuff that you see, I look at it and say that looks like too much effort. you know,
hmm,
um, you know, a lot of the sound effects and really customizing your stream deck and things like that is just, it's too much in the moment. Like I just want to hit live and not have to hit any buttons, and I just want to play my game, and
sure,
that's kind of how I am. But when it comes to inspiration, I definitely get a lot from YouTube.
yeah,
Watching YouTube videos, and how can I incorporate some of the magic of YouTube into my Twitch stream? And so I'm kind of looking at a different source, um, for inspiration, rather than looking at other Twitch streamers and just copycatting them.
that's interesting. Yeah, my podcasting experience has absolutely informed how I stream,
I'm sure.
for sure,
Yeah.
and it's where I've gotten most of my inspiration for like interviews and conversational style and stuff like that.
Hmm.
That's really interesting. I'm super excited to eventually chat with like non gaming streamers,
Right.
because there are people who don't stream games at all, which is cool. Like cooking streams are something I don't really watch a lot of it, but I'm fascinated by the idea, especially successful ones. But I think it's fairly safe to say that most streamers are gamers, at least right now, in the way that the demographics are on Twitch.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd
Um,
say so too.
so I'd love to know what you do off stream. So do you relax and play games to wind down? It's funny. And I kind of do a lot of Minecraft for work. Like we both play Minecraft as a job.
Yeah.
Different, right? I don't stream it. I teach teachers how to use Minecraft for a living. That's one of the things that I do, and host the Minecraft podcast. But when your work is also a game, what do you do for fun? And I'm curious, if the fun is what other people do for fun is the work. What do you do? Do you still play Minecraft off stream?
I play other games off stream.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've been streaming Minecraft since 2015, and
Yeah.
I've logged, dude, 8,000 hours or something close to that into Minecraft,
Yeah.
and it's just like I love it. And when I stream it, I enjoy myself. Like I really don't have anything bad to say about the game, and I'm not like burnt out on it or anything like that. But I just know that if I want to experience any other games, it has to be off stream. Like I have to make time for it off stream. So lately I've been digging deep into Elder Scrolls Online. I really love the Elder
Right.
Scrolls lore. I was playing Skyrim, and then started playing ESO and maxed a character on ESO, and that's what's kind of been what I've been doing lately. But
So do you feel like you can't play another game on stream as much as you play Minecraft? Like Minecraft is clearly your main
yeah,
game. Do you feel pressure to play Minecraft?
definitely. Yeah, I definitely feel pressure to play Minecraft. Because I mean, I'm the same. Like I think about it like myself. If I have a favorite streamer,
Hmm.
and they're streaming the game that I'm into, that I'm interested in watching, I'm more likely to tune in. But if my favorite streamer is playing a game that I'm don't know too much about, or you know maybe I don't enjoy the game. Like for example, I don't like MOBAs. And if I see a streamer of mine playing League of Legends, I might pop in and say hi. But
But
I'm
you're
not
gonna
going to know
switch the
what's going
channel.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to know what's going on, or maybe I just don't enjoy the type of game it is, and so it's just a lot, less enjoyable for me. And so I know that if I stream something other than Minecraft, other people are going to have the same situation. Like, oh, I don't know what Elder Scrolls Online is, or so they're not going to tune in. It's true. I although I do stream other games, like I'm starting a thing called TES Tuesday and TES Thursday, where I stream the Elder Scrolls. So just anything under that category: Elder Scrolls Online,
Right.
Skyrim, Morrowind, Oblivion, any of those. And so I have been doing non Minecraft related content. Um, but I will say one of the things that I got to do and I've been doing on my stream that's been kind of a break from the Minecraft content that's actually been very successful is opening Pokemon cards.
Right. It acts as a bit of a diversion from kind of the, for lack of better words, monotony of playing the same game,
Yeah.
every day for 7, 8 hours at a time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
And your chat seems to love it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm in your stream a lot and watching, and I mean, it's entertaining. I don't know. Explain to me how opening a pack of cards got interesting, and the fact that they're paying you to open the card that you already bought and own. This dynamic from a business perspective is brilliant, but I don't fully understand I find myself entertained, and
Yeah.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around why.
I'd have to say the enjoyment. If you're asking about it from a viewer's perspective,
Maybe.
from a viewer's perspective, maybe it's you tip $5. I open a pack and pull a $300 card. You can say,
And we're happy.
"Hey,
We're happy for
I
you.
gave
Yeah.
that streamer $300," when in reality you only fronted five. You know,
Sure.
and it's just that gamble. Everybody loves. I mean, I don't care who you are. Everybody loves to gamble. It doesn't have to be in the slots, but it can be Overwatch loot boxes, and it can be, you know, just taking a chance on certain things in your life. And when it pays off, it's that satisfaction, that dopamine that goes
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
through your body, and so it just kind of capitalizes on that dopamine from opening cards. Now, from my perspective, dude, I just love everything about it. It's nostalgia for me too. And I think nostalgia is a big factor as well for a lot of people because Pokemon, it's
Mm-hmm.
just at that right time where most of my viewers were introduced to it as a kid, grew up with it. It's something that brings them back, makes them feel younger. And that's how it is for me. Like just the smell of the cards even just brings me back to when I was 12. It's just that's
Yeah.
how it is. But
That's awesome.
yeah.
So I mean, pulling a $300 card. I mean, that's a big deal,
Yeah.
right? And you are a full-time streamer, and you're also investing tons of money at the front end of this,
Mhm.
buying Pokemon cards. There's a business equation to this as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, there is.
And you have to be I imagine that you're like crunching the numbers and thinking about how it all plays out. You got to sell cards. This is a way you earn income.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. A lot of it, you can go overboard, and I'm not going to say that I'm perfect with my
Mm,
financial decisions. Um, because people will be hyped, they'll buy into, they'll tip and make me open these packs, and then when I start getting low on packs, I start like panicking, like, oh, I got to get more packs so I don't run out on stream. And then on top of that, I find deals in stores and things like that, and I'm like, oh, I can't
yeah.
pass up on this opportunity because Hidden Fates is in GameStop right now. When's it going to be in? Like, this might never happen again. I got to grab as many as I can. um and so there is a bit of impulse buying.
Hmm.
And I would definitely say that I've probably bought too many sealed packs, and I should have invested more in grading the cards and getting them back so I can list them on eBay and make my like the actual, because I mean, you pull a $300 card, it's not really worth $300 until you grade it, have it back, list it on eBay, and get the sale. You know, like
Right.
I'm sitting on Charizard or whatever, but you can't hand a Charizard to your landlord and pay rent with it.
Doesn't Charizard don't pay the bills?
Yeah, not until you sell them. But
Right.
so yeah, there is a lot of number crunching for sure, and I definitely I'm in a good position. I'm probably sitting on on plenty worth of value in cards, and I have 189 cards that I got back from CGC that are already graded that are just waiting to get listed on eBay.
Wild.
Yeah, 189. It's quite a few. That's a and yeah, but you know what it is though? It's more than anything, it is just it's something that I found that I just absolutely love doing. Just that
Yeah.
excitement of opening the packs. That then you get that excitement again of opening up the shipments from the grading company to see what grades you got, and
Sure.
then you get that another excitement of actually when you sell the card, and
Mm-hmm.
I just yeah. But I will admit most of it has been like just gut feelings and impulse buying. You know, that's most
That's
of it.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's funny. So we have a someone that I think we probably both mutually admire, or at the very least watch. And I wanted to chat about Stingin, who is
Yeah.
another streamer, and because
Hmm.
this is related, Stingin and his partner, also a streamer, one
One board
board chicky,
chicky.
have both come down with COVID, and not just like a mild case,
Hmm.
but a a dangerous, serious case, especially Chicky, who is
Hmm.
in the hospital, and it's scary. So, and I actually want to point out that if you're listening to this in the first few weeks, in the show notes is a GoFundMe link to a page, because we're going to talk about why they would need that. They're both streamers. If they aren't streaming, they aren't making money,
Hmm.
and not just and so Charizards don't pay bills, and streaming, if you're not doing it, you're not earning an income. And being a full-time streamer, and you are a full-time streamer, there's the danger of that. So I've been thinking about the finances of being a full-time streamer, and my heart goes out to those two. I donated to their GoFundMe, but I'm wondering if you've been thinking a little bit about that yourself, about like, I think it's put into context for a few people I've been watching on Twitter, realize that this is a pretty scary game, when you can't do your job,
Hmm.
as an entertainer and content creator, you have no way of earning income.
Yeah. Personally, I feel like money is the last thing on their minds
No, of
at the
course.
moment. I think,
Yeah, no, for them right now, they need to kind of like
yeah.
get through it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't put a dollar amount on a life.
No,
And especially Chicky right now, like, doesn't look good.
no, it's awful.
And I'm sure it's say that if they both beat it, they both get back home. They are going to have a very high dollar amount of hospital bills. We live in the good old U.S. of A. with the amazingly expensive healthcare system.
Top
um,
notch, friend. Top notch.
yes, top notch. Um, they'll take your arm and your leg, and then you'll pay an arm and a leg. Is kind of how
That's
it is
right.
out here. But yeah, it'll be tough, and unfortunately, with the streaming career, time off is it's negative income.
Yeah.
Because with most jobs, you work 9 to 5, you get vacation, paid holiday,
The salary.
Yeah, salary, that kind of thing, and you take some time off and you don't pay anything for it. Like you might get a little bit behind on your work, but that's about the extent of it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
with streaming, you take time off and then you're spending money as compared to making money. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
say go on a vacation. Well, you just drop $2,000 to go, spend a weekend in a cabin, and that really gets to you. And as a streamer, it's really tough to try and convince yourself to take time off because hey, if I stream tonight, I could make some money. If I stream tonight, I'll be increasing my income instead of spending my savings. And with Stingin and Chicky right now, they are, yeah, absolutely not making any money at all whatsoever, and they're going to have a very stressful financial situation even at when they get back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we've put that GoFundMe link in the show notes so that you can check it out. But I'm curious then, you have to feel pressure to stream,
Mhm.
you know, or or you don't pay the bills, you don't
Mhm.
pay the rent.
Yeah.
It's gotta weigh on full-time streamers, especially if your name's not Summit or Pokimane
Mhm.
or
Soda
Lupo,
poppin'.
right?
Yeah.
Soda popping, right? If your name's not those folks, and you take a week off and you lose followers. So
Mhm.
not only are you losing, there's an economics term called opportunity cost. This is the value of the thing you don't do. And so when you say, I spent $2,000 to go away for a weekend, well, the value of the thing I'm not doing, which is streaming, if you make, let's say, $300 a stream, the opportunity cost of you going away for a week is like $1,500.
Mhm.
And I mean, how often are you thinking about, taking a night off and then realizing that, food's got to still come on the table?
Yeah. It's very often. And
Mm,
I see I've always been a big believer of momentum.
yeah. Okay.
And cuz I mean, you can be streaming every single day and just cranking out 6-hour streams 7 days a week. You're growing, your numbers are going up, your average view count's going up. People are tuning in, they're enjoying your content, and then you're building up that momentum, and then you take 3 days off. Well, you get back, all of a sudden your numbers are halved. All of a sudden, half the people that used to watch you, that were interested and engaged in your whatever playthrough you were doing, they're not interested anymore because they went to go watch their favorite streamer. Their favorite streamer was offline. Well, what am I going to watch right now? So they go tune into somebody else and they'll get invested in their playthrough. And
Mm-hmm.
3 days later, they're so invested in this other playthrough, they don't come back, and they might come back eventually. You can always build that momentum back up, but streaming absolutely has momentum. And if you take time off, you lose that momentum, and you kind of have to be smart about it. I'm not saying you can't take time off, but like
Mm-hmm.
take it off instead of 3 day, like a 3 day chunk or 2 day chunk, take off, Tuesday and Thursday, and so you miss Tuesday, then you stream Wednesday, you miss Thursday, you stream Friday. Um, and like as just a solely a streamer's perspective, that's how I kind of approached it, and it's worked for me. But I'm not gonna lie, there's also burnout. Burnout is very, very common with streaming, and there have been times that I've completely burnt out and hit a spell of depression and taken too many days off, and um your channel really suffers from
Mm-hmm.
from something like that. And I mean, going back to Pokemon cards, that's helped me kind of spread my eggs in more than one basket, so I'm not so
Mm.
worried about if I take tonight off, I'm not going to have as many viewers the next day. If I take tonight off, I'm not going to have, that income from that stream. I'm not so, I'm not as worried about that as I was before because I've got multiple sources of income. Because I might take the night off. Yeah, okay, I didn't make $200 on stream or however much it would be on stream, but I did sell $100 worth of cards on eBay.
Yeah.
So you kind of have that, that income, that secondary income to supplement your streaming and help you make more healthy decisions when it comes to the grind.
And switching gears, when you do take a couple of days off and you do come back, and it must be great that your folks, you have your people, right? Your core crowd are probably always there,
Mm-hmm.
always kind of cheering you on. Tell us a little bit about your chat, about the group of supporters that you feel like you have, and what you have going on as far as building a community, because I always find that is absolutely fascinating, and you're a pretty positive guy on stream, and it's a lot of fun to watch as someone that watches you fairly often. It's a hell of a place to be, and you really do feel like you got a great community going on.
Building a community is hard. It's a lot
Yeah.
of work. It's a lot of off-stream effort. Um, it's a lot of time, but honestly, it's just making friends. It's, being interested in the person behind the screen and, you know, seeing them kind of a step beyond a viewer, like
Mm-hmm.
things like Discord have definitely made that a lot easier to do,
Mm-hmm.
than before. And when I first started streaming, Discord wasn't a thing, and it was a little bit tough to keep in touch with your viewers aside from Twitch whispers and Twitter messages. But I definitely have a pretty strong core community that like of friends, like literally of friends that they come in and we mess with each other and we make fun of each other a little bit and inside jokes and all that stuff, and it's a lot of fun to make friends like that and have people um that you can shoot the shit with when you're on stream. Because if it's just
Yeah.
nothing but like, I'm the streamer, here's my gameplay, you're watching me, tip me, and that's
Yeah.
all it
Give me your
is.
money.
Exactly. If that's all it is, then nobody's going to want to come back. You want to, if someone pops in the chat, you want to say, oh, what do you do? Where do you live? How are you? What are you going through? And when they tell you something like, hey, this happened, instead of just reading it out loud and then dismissing it and going back to what you were doing, like actually think about it and think like, oh, how did that make them feel? What are they currently going through right now? What's their, if I were in their shoes, how would I want them to have me respond? And think about it kind of that way and be a little bit more invested in them rather than whatever you're doing on stream. And it pays off. You make friends.
Streamers are the local bartenders of the internet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a bartender who's actually engaged in your story is going to get a bigger tip. It's a fact. Yeah, but
That's awesome.
but
Very cool.
yeah, I really enjoy it. Like you're somebody that I've got to know pretty well from not just stream, but like we talk in Twitter DMs and we talk about things aside from streaming. We talk about Pokemon cards. We talk about getting me on a podcast, and it's all about making friends and making connections and helping each other out with whatever we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, totally. So, speaking of trying to accomplish things, it's funny. One of the other things that I noticed that's very common about all content creators is that they're always making plans.
Mm-hmm.
Streamers, content creators have always got things that they're working on, things up their sleeves, ideas they have goals that they want to achieve, whether it's a year from now or 5 years from now. So I'm curious, Lewdi, where do you see your stream in a year? What do you feel like your goals are? I mean, other than trying to just get out of 2020 alive, like all of us.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on 2021 as far as you and your work and your business and streaming?
It's a big question. I've got some pretty lofty goals that,
That's great.
yeah, they I'll always tell somebody who wants to be a streamer that they need to look broader than that. They need to look beyond streaming, because very, very rarely does anybody go live 100 times and become big. They have to use every platform that they have access to grow their brand and grow their community. In 1 year, I plan to have, a YouTube community of at least 10,000 subs that can help supplement my average view count when I do go live. I actually see myself streaming probably 4 days a week as compared to, the 6 or 7 days a week that I'm doing now. And I'm going to be, spreading my content throughout other platforms, mostly YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. Now, I've always seen YouTube as the best platform to grow a community, grow people that are interested in you and the niche that you fill, because YouTube just has the much better algorithm to help people find you. Twitch, it's a lot.
Right.
The only algorithm Twitch has is I'm going to click on the game I want to watch and see who has the highest view count. Like, that's all Twitch can offer. There's no
discoverability is terrible on Twitch.
Yeah, discoverability is almost non-existent on Twitch. And as somebody who tried to do solely Twitch for 5 years, it's just stagnant. It's a plateau. The only real way to grow solely on Twitch is networking and raids. But I really feel like it's almost unfair to your fellow streamers to enter into their chat room with the mentality of I'm here to network. Like there's definitely a right way to go about it, and it definitely it's important. Networking is very important, getting to know your fellow streamers and all that stuff. But if you're there just to talk about yourself, then it's unfair to them, because they're sitting there, they're trying to put on their show, they're trying to entertain their audience, and you're sitting there trying to get on their good side so they can raid you and all that stuff. But it's tough. Growing on Twitch is extremely tough. So here in a year, I see myself with a pretty big following on YouTube. Me and my girlfriend, she's a filmmaker. She's very talented, like seriously the best at what she does, and she's taught me a lot about video editing. And I mean, if you guys want to check out my YouTube channel, Cozy Night Owls on YouTube, we've got a lot of videos up there. You guys can get a taste of how talented she is at editing videos. And I mean, I've got the talent. She's got the talent. We can really go far if we put our minds to it. We just got to stop playing video games offline.
little less ESO, a little more video.
That's
editing.
Right. Yeah.
I guess.
But
well,
yeah, I see myself spreading my
exciting.
eggs into multiple baskets, not just solely focusing on streaming.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're really excited to see that. So we'll put that YouTube channel in the show notes. We'll obviously put Lewdi's Twitch stream channel in the show notes. in the show notes. Is there anywhere else that you, if people wanted to connect with you, reach out to you, learn more about you, where should they go?
Discord's definitely the best place to get a hold of me. Aside from that, there's Twitter DMs. Just hit me on Twitter. But I would definitely say that Discord is, if you want to be a part of not just me, but the community, jump in Discord. I could even give you a link to my link tree that just breaks all my links down. You could just stick that in the bottom of the show notes.
And that's what we'll do. That's what we'll definitely do.
Okay.
We'll put that link tree link in the show notes so that you can connect with Lewdi. Go check out his stream on Twitch and watch, and I know that you'll love it. Lewdi, thanks so much for your time on the podcast today.
Of course, it was fun.